I got y'all another one. Yes, sir. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is JSalty. Don't forget the J, and don't forget a nigga can get a little salty. I am the light-skinned wizard, the light-skinned therapist, the light-skinned mystic can take your bitch, and just a light-skinned nigga in general. If you don't know me now, you know me, and for today's video, we're going to be reacting to types of people after high school. Really? It explains everything in the title, basically. It's just, what type of person you finna be after high school? No more explaining, let's hop right into this video.
Types of people after high school. First up, the college student. You know, college is the most ideal college is the most ideal route to take after high school. I mean, it's the American dream. Average of 3.5 in high school, go to a good college on scholarship, complete your 4-year degree, get a good job after, and marry a tall, white, blonde woman. Have 3 kids, a farm, spit on every single black person you see. Don't forget to attend church on Sundays to praise God for everything he's done for you in your life. That's how life is supposed to be. Now, welcome to 2025 when none of that actually happens. If you don't have a scholarship for college, it's basically a scam. And pretty much everybody knows that nowadays, so there's no need for me to tell you this 5 times. But most college students know this too, which is why they choose to enjoy their 4 years that they get. Yeah, I'll probably go into debt by going. Yes, this degree doesn't necessarily mean I'll get a job once I get out. But you know what? Fuck it, I'm in college. Let's have fun. And also, this is the easiest route to take after high school. Even though the work is hard, it's all going to something at the end of the day. And honestly, you get a chance to extend your childhood just for a little bit longer until you have to go into the real world and have to worry about bills, taxes, and all of the horrible other things.
Hell no. Nigga, you go to college, bro, that's when you're on your own. Especially if you dorm, that's when you're on your own for the first time. Childhood is out the window, nigga. I'm trying to figure out what I'm eating tomorrow. The cafeteria closed and I haven't eaten in like 3 hours. I said 3. Fucking 12 hours. Oh shit, it costs money to do my laundry? Ah, fuck. If you don't have a car in college, it's clipped.
Things that real life has to offer. Why did I say offer? I meant offer. You know what I meant to say. But honestly, if you get a scholarship, then none of this really applies. You put in the work in high school, now you get to enjoy college and have fun and while out, while also getting your work done so you can prepare yourself for, I would say, a better future, but by how it's looking right now it's harder than ever to get a job, so I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna have just as good of a chance as everybody else. Which is why if you didn't get a scholarship to go to college, but you still wanted to seek a higher education, most likely you're person number 2, the community college person. See, in my opinion, community college is a cheat code. You get to go to school for 2 years for free in hopes to get a better scholarship once you're done so you can go to actual university, all while still getting your credits. See, community college is free for a reason. By going, you have to do all of the work of going to a regular university without any of the benefits, which is the fun. No parties, no sports teams, and if there are, they're all lame. Most of these colleges, if not all of these, don't have dorms. And if they do, they're absolutely trash. And most importantly, there's just this stigma, like this weird energy revolved around community college. Like if you told somebody you're going to community college, they'll always just give you that look. It's not a look of disgust, but it's just more of a look of disapproval. And honestly, that shouldn't be a thing because community college is such a great resource for people. But
I went. It was valid.
Life, game is game, is ball, and that's just how life it is. But a lot of times after high school, people will say they're going to community college, and then once they realize what it is, they decide that they're not quite ready for all of that. So they take a gap year, which is person number 3 we're talking about. See, I actually like the concept of a gap year. I feel like going from high school to college is a crazy transition, and you need some time for your body to kind of get you.
No, don't do that. Do not do that. Why? Because I did it and now I don't want to go back. Fuck this college shit. That's me. Get it done and over with so you don't have to worry about it. Once you take one gap year, then you're like, you know what? Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Don't do it.
Used to what's going on. And also, it's a good time to find who you are as a person too. A lot of times we're so busy in life and we have to do this or that we don't really find time for ourselves. That being said though, most people use a gap year as a sorry excuse to be lazy, which again, in my opinion, isn't a bad thing. I mean, we should all be lazy sometimes. Here's the thing.
No.
A lot of people take that gap year and turn it into a gap lifetime because it goes from 1 year of just, you know what, let me just find myself, do whatever. And you know, as soon as I get ready to, I'm finna transfer overseas and go to college over over there because that's for some reason always the route they want to take. During that year, usually these people just chill around, play the game, maybe even get a little part-time job so they can get some money for food. And DoorDash too, don't forget about the DoorDash. And they also usually smoke and drink all the time and just live life till its fullest inside the room. But once it comes around that time that they actually have to make a decision about what they want to do in their lives, all of a sudden they don't know what to do. Like, brother, wasn't that the purpose of this gap year? And then oftentimes these people decide to take another gap year to actually decide what they want to do. But during this year, they do pretty much the same thing. So that next year when they actually decide to lock in, but by this time their parents are sick of them and they're trying to get them out the house, so now they actually have to get a job. But they don't actually want to work this job, so they decide to do community college or something, just so they can say they're doing something with their lives. And they do that for about a week or two, and then they quit because it's too much work. And then after that, they get a retail job or a fast food job and work there for a couple months until they realize that this probably will be the future of their lives unless they change. So they decide to change. Then they try to start streaming. Streaming, TikTok, or YouTube is always one of those. An interesting part about this whole cycle to me is that during this whole time, you've only showed that you're lazy. You have done little to no hard work at all, and now you want to decide to do one of the hardest things to do. Well, TikTok's pretty easy, but YouTube and streaming is not at all. Something that you gotta devote all of your time to, work endless hours.
I keep hitting my I gotta keep hitting my mic. So I'm gonna let you know something. If you're coming into the streaming and YouTube thing for money, don't do it. Quit. Don't even quit. Change your mindset. You're probably like, why do I got goldfish? I love this goldfish. This goldfish good. I love it. It's amazing. It's absolutely delicioso. As I was saying, this is the hardest shit you will ever do. And you're probably like, well, it's not hard to record. But listen, when you're a nobody and you're trying to entertain people when you're a nobody, that's like walking in a room in a party. Or that's like sneaking into somebody's wedding and nobody knows who the fuck you are, and you're trying to make yourself known, trying to introduce yourself. Everybody like, who is this motherfucker? You probably get kicked out the wedding and nobody accepts you. Maybe you can adapt, walk into a room and you're chilling. Don't think the streaming shit is easy. Don't think this YouTube shit is easy. You have to grind, and I mean grind. Y'all see me. I'm grinding my videos, 1 to 2 uploads a day, putting in that work. We just hit 600 subscribers. I meant to say that. Thank y'all motherfuckers for 600 subscribers. I'm extremely grateful for y'all. Road to 700, then road to 800, then road to 900, and then 1,000. And by the time we hit 1,000, then we monetize like a motherfucker. Then we going crazy. But don't think this shit easy, chat, because it's not. It fucking isn't not. It's not easy.
Stressed constantly just to have a chance to blow up, and you actually think that your lazy ass can actually do it. Absolute delusion, I'm not gonna lie. From there they just kind of float around, and of course they end up failing because I mean, you were never finna succeed in the first place. So they go back to their job and they eventually keep on working that job until they die. Now this isn't the only route you could take from gap year. I mean, you could actually take a gap year and then get into university, even though that's the whole goal of a gap year. It's weird, I don't know, people are weird, but if you actually take that gap year and really do benefit your life, congratulations to you. You deserve a golden star or something. I don't know. I'm not your teacher. But most of the time, after that, you end up just going into the workforce, which is what a lot of people actually do just straight up after high school. Most people who choose this route don't actually want to choose this route. They just didn't get good grades in high school. So they end up just going straight into the workforce, and that's just what they do for the rest of their life. And there's levels to this category. I mean, of course, there's the bottom of the barrel of fast food. And nobody wants to work there forever. I mean, if you've ever seen one of those McDonald's or Wendy's posts about the people who've worked there for 60 years, they look miserable. They're not congratulating you because you did it. They're congratulating you because you didn't kill you. Congratulating you because they can't believe you did it. Yeah, these are entry-level jobs. You don't want that. So let's cross that off the list. Next one is retail. Basically the same thing. You just don't got to deal with food. Also terrible job. You don't want to really do that. And then in my opinion, the next couple of tiers, more blue-collar jobs, construction. Nah, you don't want to do that unless you're Hispanic. And in my opinion, one of the worst jobs you can get to after high school is for sure the warehouse job. Which if you're this type of person, I got a whole category for you, so just wait. But honestly, most of these type of people don't actually want to do this, but they need money. And most likely, since they didn't go to college, their parents told them that they were going to kick them out unless they didn't go to work. So this is honestly their only option. And I mean, the pay is good. They're getting bread. They can buy new clothes, buy new cars or whatever. But at the same time, none of those materialistic things will be better than having the college experience.
And there's niggas that will leave college, like high school, not go to college and shit, and they'll work jobs just to get paid enough money to pay for their lifestyle. Buying designer with their full checks, going out to the club, partying, drinking and shit like that. It's so crazy. Crazy.
Experience. Because whenever they're on Instagram or Snapchat just scrolling through their friends' stories, they always see them having a ball blast or whatever at college. And even though they know that this could never be the route that they could take, it still hurts to see because you always wonder, what if? But at the same time, game is game, little nigga. Get back to work. I do feel for y'all though, because I didn't go to college either, but you see what I'm doing. So at least we won't graduate with student debt. Yes, sir. Let's get that high five in.
Yes, Sesky.
And also, at least we got it better than them warehouse workers, because we're finna talk about them next. Those type of people are in hell. I don't care how much money you can make off of that, bro. It can't, no, it just can't be worth it. Like, most of the time when you work a job like this, you work long hours, it's a lot of manual labor, and also the pay is good, but it's just depressing. You work in a factory, you can't see the light of day. You clock in the morning before the light comes out, and you clock out and it's already dark. And if you just got out of high school, this job is cool for a little bit because you're stacking up bread at a fast rate. But the reason why this job is inevitably hell is because there's no future with this. You can't rank up in this job. You can only be a slave to the system. You're only working, not doing anything else. Yeah, you're gonna...
There's warehouse, like, you'll be like a manager or some shit. Probably make the most come out like 60 a year, but that's about it.
Get bread, but once you realize that this is the rest of your life forever, the resentment for the job really starts to creep in, and you start really analyzing what you have done with your life. I mean, if you work a warehouse job after college, at least you had the college experience. But why would I want to work the rest of my life when I could at least have a little bit of fun?
Here's some advice, and I know it might be stressful. Work while you're in college. You will enjoy it a lot more when you have money when you're in school, bro. When you're in school on campus and you have bread, even if it's a part-time job, it's nice. You see, you see a little song, you see a little shorty something, you want to take her out, or y'all can just go to the caf. I was a cafeteria demon. I just took shorty to the cafeteria and we just got the free food.
Start to realize that, and it just kind of adds a cloud of just oppression over your head. But then you get that paycheck and you forget about it all. I'm not gonna lie, because them paychecks be fine. But oftentimes the people who work these type of jobs are people who end up peaking in high school, which is person number 6 that we're talking about. Peaking in high school is one of the worst things you can do. We all know that, all right? I don't need to explain why. Those 4 years of your life being the best 4 years of your life is just sad. I'm sorry, I don't care. Oftentimes, a lot of us end up peaking in high school. I mean, it's really one of the only times in your life that you can really be free and just do whatever you want and just have fun and not have to deal with consequences. You don't gotta pay bills. You don't gotta stress about where your next meal is gonna come from. And you have structure in your life. It's one of the most unique experiences you can go through as a person. But then when you go to college, you get all of that and then freedom too. You don't have your parents trying to monitor your every movement. You don't want to go to class. You don't gotta go to class, and it's just very free. And oftentimes, if you don't end up peaking in high school, you do end up peaking in college. But a lot of people don't want to talk about that though. But at the same time, a lot of people who do peak in high school.
Yo, when I was in college, gang. Yo, word of my mother, when I was in college, yo, I was kicking. I was with all the shorties. When I was in college, I can understand you talking about it when you're out of college and you just got out. So you talking about it, you giving everybody the story and shit. But like years down the line, like 10, 20 years later, you're like, when I was in college, gang, yo, I had all the shorties. I had all the girls. I knew what I was doing. I had a game. Like, all that shit was crazy.
High school don't end up going to college because the grades, they can't afford it, or they were an athlete. They end up losing the love for their sport because I just didn't want to do it no more, aka they didn't start, or they didn't like the college they were going to and they couldn't transfer out because nobody wanted them, and they end up dropping out of college and going straight into the workforce, or they just went to college and dropped out, period, because they just couldn't continue. From there, life kind of goes downhill. I mean, the roster you may have had in high school because you were cool and that guy, realize that you're a bum now and they end up leaving you. All of your boys that you were clicked up with back in high school end up going to different colleges and you just never see them again. And all of the nerds or the regular people that you really didn't pay attention to because you thought they weren't as lit as you back in high school are now way litter than you. Now you have to face the consequences of turning up too much in high school and not paying attention to what you were actually supposed to pay attention to. But you want to change it though.
I met a couple niggas like this that I went to school with. When I was in high school, I was chopped. I was ugly. I was a weird nigga. Niggas used to make fun of me all the time. And I met a couple niggas and they were like, yo, damn, bro, you look mad different. I remember when you was in high school. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
don't want to go out like that. So, all of the popularity and the 3K IG followers you have, you decide to try to become person number 7, the influencer. And let me tell you right now, they all fail. Here's why though. You know, for some reason, people think just because you have clout and fame and motion in your city that you could become famous online. Let me just tell you something. Even famous people can't become famous online. See, streaming and YouTube is not as easy as people think. They take time, effort, and you actually have to be entertained. Now, of course, there's some people who can just get away with their clout. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo gained 100 million subscribers just for being Cristiano Ronaldo. His content isn't even that good. But at the same time, you're not Ronaldo. So why do you think you're going to be famous? For instance, Tyga, a very well-known rapper in America, has recently became a streamer. This guy has like 13 million followers on the IG. Multiple platinum songs, records. He's super famous. So you would think that that would automatically translate to streaming. Well, no, he averages 200 viewers. T-Banks has more motion on Twitch than Tyga. Young Dabo and Rakai have more motion on Twitch. Two 16-year-olds. This social media thing isn't as easy as people think. And just because you were lit in your area, maybe you threw a couple parties, maybe everybody thought you were that guy. Well, I promise you, you're not that guy on the internet. And unless you're actually entertaining and you actually are dedicated to this thing, it's not bad. But some people do actually succeed, and to those type of people, I applaud you. I'm actually one of them. It's a big risk to take out of high school, but if you're passionate about it, I encourage you to do it and invest in yourself. But at the same time, you're just trying to get money, I recommend you do something else, because people will quickly figure out that you're not passionate about this, and they will quickly not watch your content.
Exactly. I just said that. Exactly. If you're doing it for the money, get out.
Though, even though I don't act like it. And plus, streaming is so oversaturated, I wouldn't recommend to stream regardless. You know, being a content creator is just a wave right now. Everybody's trying to do it. They're even trying to encourage girls out of high school to do it too, which is the 8th type of person we're talking about. The OF girl / corn star. See, I don't want this video to get demonetized, so I'm gonna be very strategic about how I talk about this. But a lot of the times, the known school bop or the school tutor around the area graduate high school and they don't have a college to go.
Becomes, and I'm gonna say this since he can't really say much. I got y'all, chat. The school duty, the school thought, the eater, the known eater, the school duty, the thought, bam, leaves high school, realizes that all the niggas that she was dealing with, oh, damn, I can't get these niggas no more. I can't do this. They also peak in high school. They realize, like, damn, what should I do? She tries other things, trial tribulation. She tries content, goes to school. She don't fuck with school. She leaves school, all this shit. So she decides, boom, I'm gonna start an OF. And then realize that shit don't work too. Bro.
Nor do they want to work a job. So what do they decide to do? Well, they decide to sell their body online for $5.99 a month. And this is being encouraged. I mean, I've seen videos of girls literally waiting until they turn 18 so they can start up the OF, which is very sad, because back in the olden times, being a sex worker was the bottom of the barrel. But nowadays, because people are getting millions off of it, people just think it's the next big thing and the next big trend. No, you're literally exposing yourself. I knew a girl who graduated high school and took this same route, and she was actually already popping on YouTube and TikTok, so she thought it was gonna be a good play. Well, let me just tell you right now, it was not a good play, and she actually had to move out the area because her news ended up getting leaked in the area, and no job was really trying to hire her.
Exactly.
The strip club wanted to hire her. And to the OF girls who are trying to encourage younger girls to do this, you're sick, all right? You can be soulless all you want to. Don't encourage other people to be soulless, because that's just nasty. Morally, this career path breaks you. And something that also breaks you morally is number 9, the military. You know, first off, I want to say respect to the veterans and to all of the people who decide to serve, because I would never be one of them. I pray to God there's never a World War III. Because first off, I have a friend in boot camp, and he described what boot camp was to me. It's nothing I want to be a part of. Early mornings, running, workouts, no phones, no electronics, like that sounds like hell. I'm sorry, no. Like, I understand the benefits.
But I used to talk to this girl that was in the military, bro. I don't understand how you can sit there, especially a girl. But I know a lot of shorties, from my experience, they do not like all that other shit. So the fact that you enjoy the military, like, she enjoyed it. She explained it as like something like, I'm sorry, I'm eating food and this shit gas. It's fun, like, oh, it's so much fun after you get after you get through basic training. It's so much fun. Nah, the money's good too. All this other nah. I'm like, nah.
actually good and you can get a free Hellcat or whatever. I don't care, bro. I don't know. I just don't want that to be my life. Again, respect to everybody who does it. But at the same time, World War III pops off. I'm sorry. I don't want to have to be on the front lines, bro. Because all of y'all office job workers, I'm not gonna lie. If the troops start running slim, you'll have to be holding that M. And I'm not talking about no 4. It's gonna be an N65. The way that you could get an M4 is by going to trade school. This is one of my favorite routes to take after high school. Trade school is a very good way to get into the workforce and get your bag by also doing something that you could be kind of interested in. I mean, most of the time you only come out of pocket for books and you get to learn stuff like plumbing, welding, being an electrician, and you can actually make good money, potentially a 6-figure career by doing a trade while not going into student debt. That being said, though, there's a reason why you're getting 6 figures. Nobody wants to do it. Doing trade is manual labor. It's blue collar job. You can't just live a normal life like this. It's hard work. At the same time, if you're a real man, or even if you're a real girl, you want to be a nail tech or something like that, be an entrepreneur, you could work for somebody, get your bag. College isn't for everybody, and it's good that trade school is getting more popular because I feel like that's a very good route if you're dedicated to it. The next person I'm going to talk about is somebody we all know and we might actually be friends with. The wannabe rapper that always somehow works at McDonald's. They always be dropping mixtapes on SoundCloud talking about, yo, I'm up next, bro. I'm the hottest 18-year-old out of here in the Ville. Like, brother, are you trying to market yourself as a corn star talking about the hottest 18-year-old? Like, what are you talking about? That's the thing with a lot of these rappers. They go so hard trying to make this music work. They think that just because they do it, it will just pop off and, you know, the world.
Yo, I don't have my noties on, so I'm... Oh, there you go. It's on my other thing. We're on a YouTube video mode right now. But, what is it? Arjun Music, thank you so much for the follow. We just reacted to this video right now.
Just owes it to him. That's just not how life works. Sometimes you're just trash, and if you're trash, you gotta understand you're trash and try to get better. But a lot of times these rappers don't think they're trash because everybody in their circle always tells them, yo, your music is tough. Meanwhile,
yeah,
you
I
don't
hate
see
niggas
none
like
of them
that. That should
or
be
playing
tight,
music
bro.
in general when their friends are like, I thought the music was good. Why you not listening? They're talking about, yeah, I'm up next, brother. I'm next up in line. Please take my order. But these type of people will eventually keep on trying to rap until they finally realize that, yeah, maybe I'm not finna be Quavo. And eventually they get tired of their job at McDonald's, so they end up quitting. Which leads me to my next type of person, the bum. You see, the bum is an interesting person because usually they're very loved in high school. Everybody wants to smoke, drink with them, and you know, they just turn up in high school. But once they realize high school's over and you can't go to college, they usually go down this route. Or like I just explained earlier, they may have like a very overzealous dream, like becoming a rapper or a streamer or something like that. And when they don't achieve it, they eventually either A, try to do it without getting a job, which could seem like a good route for a little bit until eventually it does turn into thing number B, them failing, and then just giving up on life because the first thing you tried didn't work out. Like, brother, that's not how you're supposed to live. Life isn't easy. You need to adjust, recalculate, fail, adjust, recalculate. That's how all the greats do it. But see, here's the issue. These people aren't great. They're bums, and they think that just because they're a bum and they want to do something that they can succeed. That's just not how life works. So they resort to eating junk food, playing the game, smoking and drinking, and doing everything that they did back in high school, just as an adult. Which in high school, you're turned and lit, but as an adult, you're a piece of shit bum. And this actually leads to this type of people that start hanging out with people back in high school. They're considered the cool older kid. They stay down this route until eventually their parents kick them out, or they end up getting arrested because they either were doing some stupid shit or got a little bit too deep into the high schooler role play they were doing. And, you know, on that topic though, another form of a bum after high school.
I know niggas that done some shit like that when I was in school. That shit was so weird nigga. You're not even hearing this time.
See, back in high school, the town bop was popular. She was either on the cheer team or she was dating one of the star athletes until he cheated on her for the 5th time, and she found out for the 5th time, and now people know that she found out for the 5th time, so she just inevitably just breaks up. But then she gets back with him and tries to work everything out, but then he goes off to his D1 college and breaks up with her, and now she can't get him back until he comes back, where he hits her up, she gives him shit, and then pulls up to talk things out, and the only talking you'll hear is clapping sound. But still, she'll claim that this is her man or sneaky link or toxic ex, when in all reality, to him, she's just easy poom poom whenever he needs it back in the hometown. But this little cycle is a highlight of their life until that man eventually gets married. These girls don't get married, and that's how they become the town boss. Because after high school, once their man leaves them, which was really their whole identity, honestly, they go into a perpetual cycle of trying to find the next man. They never end up actually finding him, but they do end up finding a lot of other people. And they call this their little city girl I'm outside era, and they blame it on their ex because he was toxic. Yeah, you knew he was cheating on you the whole time, but you stayed with him, and now you want to go and be a hoe, but you want to make an excuse for it. Just call it how you see it. But while these girls go tirades of bodies and just racking them up like they're Pokemon, they start to grow a bigger Instagram following, mainly of dudes who want to be up next, you feel me, in line for the turn. Or maybe she just looks attractive on IG because she's showing her ass everywhere and bending over and taking taking little titty pics and thirst traps. But as soon as you see them in person, you realize that they are not the same person that you see online. And yeah, I know the game. Yo, I know the game. These girls really think that they can be influencers just by having like 5,000 on Instagram. They're not me.
There's a fucking bird at my window.
Real. Which, by the way, go tap into my Instagram. 49K, probably will be 50K by the end of this video. But eventually, these girls will get cuffed up to some weirdo type of guy who probably already has a kid with a baby mama that he goes back to regularly and will be cheating on her with. And also, he's schizophrenic, hits women, and just overall, he's most likely either racist or just he's a bad person. That's what I'm.
Or she gets with a nigga that don't know nothing about her past. He's a geek, lame ass nigga. She's cheating on the nigga every Saturday by the nigga Vincent, and then Tyrone on Tuesdays, and then Bernard on Fridays. And the nigga don't care, nor is he aware of what's going on. So don't be that guy, respectfully.
I'm trying to say, she lives the rest of her life like that because she didn't go to college because college is too good for her, even though she goes to community college. You feel me? Eventually, until she moves away, finds an unsuspecting man that doesn't know her past, and marries and settles down with him. But before that girl goes,
I just said this shit.
That route, usually she ends up with the town trapper or scammer, at least once. Which is the last one we're finna talk about. People who trap or scam. See, these type of people were usually doing this during high school. So after high school, they knew they was gonna do it the same thing. College was never for them, even though a lot of these people are usually smart and they can go to college if they applied themselves. And all they wanna do is get that quick, fast money. Sometimes it's for a noble cause, like trying to provide for their family, but other times they just want them new retros and some Louis V bags. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, usually these type of people end up dead or in jail for life. But before they do that, they're gonna pop they shit. You always see them doing money spread.
Why is this mic on a wooden spoon? I don't even know. Why is it? Ugh.
It's like their new Hellcat or Ultima that they got.
Bro, I went to a school. Yo, would it be crazy if I said his name? I'm not gonna say his name because he's actually my cousin. Bro, throughout high school, he never took high school seriously. Bro, after high school, like he always rapped though. He was like the SoundCloud rapper of the high school. And what happened that after he started scamming, bro, that nigga scammed my cousin for $2,500. $2,500. The nigga said, "Oh, you're gonna put this shit in a Bitcoin wallet, and then it's gonna go up like 4x." My cousin believed that shit, and he got scammed for $2,500 by this nigga. Bro, the next day, the nigga in Miami flexing $500 in cash. This nigga in Miami flexing $500 in cash. He's sitting there, seat up. Two bad bitches on the left, bad bitch on the left, and a bad bitch on the right. He's like this, chilling. That's my cousin's money he playing with. That was my cousin's money he was playing with, and probably any other people that he scammed. And mind you, my cousin and him were like quote-unquote best friends in middle school and high school. I always saw them together. So, of course, my cousin trusted him, and that nigga got fucking snaked by that nigga. I had to then sit there and break the shit down because he told my cousin that, oh, if some glitch happened and we lost all the money, now we're all broke. Mind you, this motherfucker blocked my cousin from seeing the stories. I'm seeing his stories. I told my cousin what happened. He was mad as a motherfucker. Crazy.
Or maybe a BMW if they really a successful trapper. They'll always post that one story saying hit me on Snapchat when we all know it means hit me for the gas, not nothing else. Whenever they slain one of their ops, they'll always pop up on IG Live talking about, yeah, that nigga ain't shit, yeah, he a bit, whatever. Smoking some of the premium
I do not like
that they
oftentimes
like sell. These type of people will always try to rap too. They always want to get that rapping career. They want to turn into Lil Durk so they can leave the streets behind, but in all reality, they'll still be in the streets while rapping. They just want to look cool. They also attract a lot of female attention because of who they are, and plus people just want to get free gas. It's a fast lifestyle, but always ends up in death or jail time. So I recommend that don't meet this person.
Exactly.
Usually, oftentimes, people resort to this after their first endeavors don't work, or just do it straight out of high school, like a top 5-star recruit. I'm not gonna lie, they've been true to the game. 5-star recruit in the streets, not the field. Crazy potential. They finna cause havoc all throughout the black community, or the white community, or the Hispanic, or the trailer parks, or the whatever, white people, Hispanics, or the Triads, or whatever. I don't know, or the Biryani Villain. Everybody go follow my Twitch.
That's just fire. W video chat. Listen, do what y'all want to do. Don't do nothing for money. What's up, Lala? Don't do shit, anything. If you doing something all because you want to get money out of it, you're not gonna enjoy it. You're gonna quickly realize that shit is not. I want to say quickly realize that it's a lot harder than what it is, especially with this content shit. Tell y'all niggas now. Don't be cocky in high school. Be yourself. If people make fun of you, fuck them. You'll find your circle. Do what you want to do. That's just what I would say about that. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Make sure to follow me on Twitch. Because I'm live right now recording a video on Twitch.
Alright, free all baby, man. This one from the heart. My day ones are angels, 120 degrees and threes work all angles. My brother died early, got his halo. My name is section that I can't go.